This is my Volkswagen Polo R-Line that I've been rebuilding on the channel. Now I've been rebuilding this car for a while. I emphasise a while. It's taken me a long time to get to this point and the car is still in a state. We've got a budget that's way out of control. So we need to get this car sorted and back on the road as quick as so we can get some new projects in the garage. Now to do that, I've still got a lot to do and we need to crack on. So I'm going to waste no time but get into this video and get this car out of this garage because I really need to fit them solar panels as well, and I can't really move in the garage with this in the way. We need to get it out, and to be honest it's degrading and lowering in value every day. It's sitting in this garage, so we need it up and gone. If it all works out with the Audi S1, then this will go on the raffle site and you could be in a chance of winning it. It all depends how well that Audi S1 does. That's all I can say is wow. This car, the longer it sits, the worse it gets. I've just had a look inside and I know I said it had mould in it before, but God, it's getting worse. Sitting here, I think it hasn't helped with that window open. I think all the moisture is coming into the car because it wasn't like this before. Look at the back seats and the seat belt. This is going to need, oh my God, it absolutely stinks. It's mould on the gear stick, on the steering wheel, starting to come on the dashboard. That's not good, so we need this car out now. At the moment it's not going anywhere because I've still got the front wheel off. I had an issue with this nut. This hub, the centre of this hub was slightly different in diameter to the other one. The hub is the same, but this bit was slightly different, and I'll show you what I mean. Now this is a 36-inch star-shaped socket, and if you look at it now, I've had to grind some of it away because it wasn't quite fitting in there, and it was just turning the hub. So that fits in there nice and loose now. Like I said, I'm talking fractions of a mil. So this is just slightly different to the other one in diameter, but I mean millimeters, if that. So first things first, I want to tighten up this hub nut so it doesn't move. I've also ordered some paint for the calipers, and I've ordered blue. I think normally Volkswagen R-Lines have blue calipers. I could have gone for red. Everyone goes for red, and I wanted, you know me, I like to be different, and I think you can get away with most colours with a white car, and I think the blue will look quite nice on the white. Comment below what you think. That's solid now, we're not going anywhere. As before, when I was putting it in, it was just spinning you a lot. Job done. Before I fit the arch liner in there, I've also got these plastic trims. Now these go and sit inside, in between the wheel arch and the door. So I'm just going to fit these back in now, and they just clip in. So this is a genuine Polo wheel arch liner. I got rid of the crappy ones that I bought and bought original ones, and they were more or less the same price, about £10 difference. So worth paying the extra. Fits so much nicer. That looks 10 times better already. The wheel arch line is all in, all nice and secure, all lines up lovely. The only one I haven't done up is that one there. just because we've got to replace this, and I'm going to do that next. We've got a new side skirt to put on because this is broken on the end here. If you remember, the one I'm fitting isn't in the best condition, but at least it's whole, and I'm probably going to get this all sprayed anyway. Right, the side skirt was held on with these two T25 screws, two of them and one push clip in, you know, one of them push. So I've got a new one to replace it, and it was also held on with this 3M tape at the top, which gives it a seal to the skirt, to the sill. So I'm not going to replace that just yet, only because that skirting might have to come off to be resprayed. So I'll wait now, put it all on, and then if it needs to come off, it needs to come off. But it's no point me finishing it up until I know for definite it's not have to come off. Yeah, it's got tape that goes along there. I have got some of that in the house. And it's also got a channel where this sits inside. We'll clean all this up when it needs to be put on permanently. Exactly as I thought. You can't even see that scraping on it because it's on the underside. So to be fair, that's turned out great. So I'm happy with that. So the wheel arch liner's in, side skirt's on. We're going to put the front wheel on now. I'm not going to put that other arch liner in because we've got to do the timing belt on it, and I have to take that off to get to it. But we're going to put the car down, get it running. I'm going to pull it outside so we can have a good look at it again. And then we're going to do the wiring loom on it. And then that'll be it for this one. But the wiring room's a big job anyway. You know, it's nice to see the car back on the ground. That side's all repaired now, it looks so much better. But the car is sitting really nice now. That wheel is sitting nice and straight. Oh look, I removed the airbox and the battery out of here so I could get to the wiring. But what I want to do is just get the car running first, pump up the tyre, get it running so I know it's running before I change anything, because I don't want to think that I've done something wrong when I'm changing the wiring loom over. So if it doesn't start after I've changed the wiring loom over, it's something that I've done wrong. So that is the theory behind why I'm starting the car. And only I want to just drive out the garage and give the garage a quick sweep underneath. I thought this battery was totally dead, but it just had a spark there, so. So comment below, do you reckon this car's going to start or not? I don't think so. Tell me what you think. Here's the key, let's give it a try. We have power! I'm not being funny, I didn't think that would start. It's proved me wrong. Actually sounds quite nice. Spoke too soon. I reckon, guaranteed, that oil pump chain hasn't been changed and it's probably very loose. And if you look, it does miss. Quite lumpy. Pump our front tyre up and get it out the garage. Now the car's out of the garage, I'm well happy. And then wheels look nice on the car. It is a nice looking car. You can see that door in the camera. I'm going to have to do something with this side. I can't leave it like this. You can see how flat this paint is. Like, you've got a big key mark in there. I think they've had some sort of filler in this bit here. So this is going to have to be redone, and this bumper is going to have to be done because it's all scraped and it's a different shade. So spraying that, I think, will make a massive difference. But I'm not doing any more of the body work now until we get this engine sorted and running sweet. The size of the exhaust on it. Do you know, it's been a while since this car's been out of the garage. I've forgotten what it looks like. It's a smart looking car, but it still needs a lot of work. That match between the wings and the bumper look really nice. Now that you can actually stand back and look at it, because when you're in the garage, it's obviously you ain't got a lot of room. And when I'm looking at it now, you just make out that bonnet is sitting slightly higher, and it should be about the same. I mean, this is just little things. And the gap there is just slightly too wide compared to the other side. I mean, naked eye, it looks fine, but to me, I'm not happy with it. So that's going to have to have some sort of tweaking. I think this might have to be pushed in slightly. I can do that. This headlight's not screwed in yet anyway, because I had to order screws because they were missing from when I received the car. I'm going to have to order number plates for it. We've got that bonnet badge to put on it. And I still haven't even touched the inside of this car. Door card's hanging off because there's something wrong with this window. Got bits of trim inside. You've got mould everywhere. Look at that, that is absolutely disgusting. It was never like this. So hopefully we can clean that out. Dashboard's full of mould. It's 104, well, it's nearly done 105,000 miles, so there's still plenty of life in this car. It just needs a good service. And hopefully we can get it running half decent, and it's going to be a good car. Now what I'm going to do next now is we're going to crack on and do the wiring loom on the engine. We'll do that next, and then the big job then, the big task of doing all the timing chain. But I just want to do that wiring loom because I want to eliminate the wires that's been cut in the engine. At the moment it's running better than what it was, still lumpy. And then it's just a case of just giving it a good service. I've got a pile of new oil, spark plugs. I've got a lot of parts for the car still to do. So we've still got a lot of content on this. In that corner there is all full of the Fiesta parts that I've done. I've kept them is because I know the paintwork was crap for the red. If I ever do another Fiesta, then I've got parts there that I can bolt on. Perhaps spray. You know, I've got a wing, I've got two doors there. They weren't good in red. They could be resprayed. I could do some things with them, or I could sell them. I don't know yet what I'm going to do. I've got the headlights for the Polo there. I've got another grille. I've got a side skirt there. And there's the wiring loom we're going to crack on with next. So I've just got to be very careful in what car I'm going to get next. That's if we can sell them. Speaking of cars, that leads me nicely onto the Audi S1. This is my Audi S1 and you can win the keys to it and be driving it away very soon. That's all you got to do is follow the link in the description or go to the website raffle.com. Raffle.com is a safe and secure site, just like PayPal, where you can purchase tickets to my Audi S1. Tickets are just £5 and there's also discounts for multiple purchases. This car really needs to go to a good home and I can only do that with your help. By purchasing a ticket, you supporting me and you supporting the channel. I can only give the car away once it reaches 4,000 ticket sales and I really want to give it away to one of you guys. Good luck! So the car looks well nice in the garage. I've taken it over a little bit to give me a bit more room this side to get down. Yeah, the next thing we've got to do is work on the engine loom now. First things first, we're going to disconnect the battery. You're going to probably need some sort of pick just to get some of the tough cables out, because some of these Audi ones you've got to really push hard on the clips and they don't release. So first thing I want to do is just have a look at this wiring loom just to make sure that it is right. I double checked the serial numbers before I bought it, but I just want to lay everything out to see how it runs. I'm looking at it, that goes into the ECU down, plugs into the other loom, and this follows all the way around and then goes up into the top of the engine. This goes all the way up into the fuel system. Now on mine, that's that plug and that goes all the way around. See, on my one it's all like that. I'm gonna have to take this battery tray out and hopefully plug in things, and if there's something missing then it's not going to fit, but I have matched this with this and they are the same. Now what I had to do with these, I'm assuming these were probably originally 13mm, but now they were 12 just about, and I've had to hammer a 12mm on them just to undo them. I was lucky to get them off. I would probably try and replace them because I don't want to be putting them back on, although that one's not so bad. I think they might clean up alright, but that one, I'll have a look if I got something lying around to replace it. You see how dirty it was in there, but I did put WD-40 on them first, but this one is stuck. I'll probably use more grips to get this one out. Now with the battery tray out of the way, you can see where this loom goes. So it goes up into the ECU, plugs into this loom here. That is a different loom again. So I'm going to unplug the loom from the ECU and then just follow it all the way back. that back out of the way, not for it to get damaged. So looking at it, this loom goes down past the gearbox. Now that I've revealed some of the wiring loom, you can see the sort of repairs that's been done on this. Now that doesn't even look like the correct wire. Here, that's white going into a yellow, and that one's yellow going into a black. Now you've got another repair there to the same wire, but that's a brown one. So I don't know what's going on with this, but you can see why I needed to replace it, because you know this has been cut into a few times and it's just not, it shouldn't be like that. Lucky really, because if they had taped it back up, then I wouldn't even have known. That's a shoddy repair. Okay, they might have repaired the cables, which is fair enough, which, you know, they've seemed to have done alright with that, but it's not even the correct cabling. They've just like added their own. Out this come in. Now these clips are quite awkward, because you've got to push that and that will move that inside. So if you're going to use one of these, be very gentle with it, and that's all I'm doing. It's just pushing it there. You can see that moving inside. Just doing that, just enough for it to, out it comes. Some of these clips, or some of the places for these cables, are really awkward. This one's right underneath. I'm assuming it's the thermostat. It's the same with that one. I just managed to get the pick in there, push it like that, and then enough to pull it off. Now most of the loom is out, but the hardest ones to get to is these. They're buried right behind the manifold there. There's one, and I should imagine there's 4 of them. The rest of the loom goes behind the engine, down there. Oh my god, do you know what? That was an absolute nightmare to get out. I've gone through about 50 pairs of gloves. I've had an haircut, because it's the next day. There was one plug that was right underneath, in between the manifold, right at the back, and I had to just try and pick it and pull at the same time, but my hand was up behind the exhaust to try and reach it. That was hard work. The problem is, how the hell am I going to get it back in? I just want to compare this loom to the new one, to make sure everything is there, and then we'll try and fit it, hopefully. Now it's laid out like that, you can actually see how bad this is. It had to be changed. I'm not going to lie, that was bloody hard. Looks like this is going to be a third day because it's getting dark. I still haven't sorted my lights out, and there's no point me carrying on because you can't see a thing, neither can I. So I'll see you in a bit. You can't really go wrong if you've bought the right loom when refitting one of these, is because that's probably one of the biggest fears, is knowing where to plug things in. But things naturally just want to fall into the correct places, so that just sits there. I appreciate you probably can't see a lot because it is getting dark. You've got a plug there that's sitting there. See if I can get some light off the camera. There you go. So you've got them plugs there. They just naturally want to sit there. You've got these go there. See, everything wants to sit in the right place, and then the loom comes around. Now if we look at this one, an orange plug. Well, if you look at the cable, there's nothing else that can go there apart from that. So more or less everything is really simple to plug in. Like this will plug in there, but I'm going to put some tape around this because this is all open, and I think it should have some more protection on that because it looks like it's snapped off, but I just want it to look better than that. And just yeah, everything is just naturally falling into place. So I'm going to just start clipping everything back in. The hardest part is at the back of the engine, because that plug at the back was an absolute nightmare to get out. Getting it back in is probably going to be the same. And the thing is, you want to try and do it straight away when you're replacing something. Don't leave it over a couple of days because you'll start forgetting where things go, like I have. So I'm just going to start clipping things in now. So fitted one in there. See, you just got to look where things are, because we got one here. I just want to tape this up so it looks a bit tidier. Tessa tape, which is used for the automotive trade. It just looks a lot neater and just, you know, than just having cables all exposed. And not forgetting to plug these back in. Now I've got to feed it through and underneath now, which is going to be a nightmare. But it's all done, it's all plugged in at the top. I'm well happy how that's turned out. All the top part is all done now. So it's just a case we've got to go underneath now and plug in all the remaining ones. Some of them go to the sump, some of them go to the sensors at the back of the engine. So we just got to do that, which is really awkward. I can appreciate you probably can't see anything now. This is why I need to get these lights sorted. It's all wired back in, not that you can see. Let me see if I can get a light on it from the camera. Sorry about the light, it's terrible. So it's all plugged in, it's all wired back in, everything is falling in the right place. It's the correct loom for the car. If I can turn that off now. So I'm using a mobile phone just to get a bit of light here, so it's not good, it's not ideal. Before I end the video, I just want to start it up to make sure it runs with the new loom on it. Whether it'll run any better, that's yet to be determined, but I'm just happy, peace of mind, that we're not using that battered and cut and God knows what. At least I know that our loom is sorted, and hopefully it might have cured any electrical problems that we had. So I'm just going to get the battery tray back in, not screwed down because I want to change the screws on it, but back in, put the battery in, and we'll just go for a fire up and see if it starts. Battery's all in. Do you reckon it's going to start or not? I'm hoping I haven't forgotten anything, but you just don't know. It's easy done. It might run a bit lumpy because you've got these breather pipes off, but I think everything else is back in place. Let's go for a start up. Started up alright. Still running like a bag of nails. You can hear that noise. That sounds like the chain, that does, rattling on the case. We have got lights on the dash still. EPC light still on. Traction control light and tyre monitor, tyre pressure. But I should imagine they probably clear off. Except we've eliminated the wiring. And I think once we change all the spark plugs, put new plugs in it, give it a good oil change, timing chain, the chain for the pump, for the oil pump, do that as well. All fresh oil, all sealed up. I think we might be alright. So we've managed to accomplish quite a lot in this episode. I was surprised myself. I've managed to do a lot of the work after work as well. That's why I was running out the light, because I'm trying to finish work and then get up the garage for half hour. Hopefully the next episode we'll be tackling them solar panels. I really want to get them up so we can get some more light, so I can stay up here longer and do more things. And then after the solar panels, it's going to be the timing chain and doing all the big bits to the engine and getting it running smooth. So if you do like this sort of content and you're enjoying the channel, don't forget to just like the video, subscribe, and obviously share the video out if you can. And don't forget the Audi S1 raffle. Buy a ticket by all means please, and you'll be supporting the channel. I'd be really grateful. Raffle.com for that. We'll follow the link in the description below. I'm not going to replace that for now because it might need to come off to be resprayed. There's no point me sealing it all on.